This is the Peugeot 208 GTI, Peugeot's new weapon in the hot hatch war zone. After the last two failed to fire, the question on everyone's lips is this: is it good enough for Peugeot to say that the GTI is back? Half the answer is yes, it is very good. But before I tell you why, I want you to meet someone. The car on the left is Grandad, the 205 GTI. It snatched the title of King of the Hot Hatches from the Gulf in 1983 and held it right up until its demise a decade later. Like Grandad, it was fun to be around, liked a good laugh and knew some great tricks. But if you misbehaved, there'd be trouble, usually involving being spun backwards and chucked through a wall. People like me tend to go all misty-eyed about the 205 and have to be reminded it was flimsy, had a pretty awful interior and made a shocking racket. It also broke down a lot. But it was fast because it weighed nothing, had terrific steering and a strong 1.6 or 1.9 litre engine. We loved and feared this car in equal measure, but it was awesome. It was also a polarising car. Arguments still rage to this day as to whether it was actually any good.
So, I'm hoping you can hear me, because I'm currently quite busy, but this car is amazing fun on the track, even if you have to wear a hairnet. I can't tell you how joyful it is to drive a car that hasn't got too much grip. It's like the GT86 in that respect, or the BRZ.
The point of cars like this is to be able to have fun. Not all of us have access to a track, so we have to make do with the roads. Like all good hot hatches, the key to the 208 is that you can have fun at relatively low speeds. The 208 isn't too low or too hard, so you get communication back from the excellent chassis. The tyres aren't too fat, so you're easily able to hear when you've got it all wrong, and the rear end is part of the fun. It's all very progressive. The engine is the 147 kilowatt unit found in the Peugeot RCZ and Citroën DS3 Sport. Its 275 Newton meters of torque means it's easy to drive without the peakiness of old, but it'll sling you to 106.8 seconds. Inside is a high quality interior with leather everywhere and excellent front seats. There's red stitching, red accents and red on the door handles to remind you of the car's sporting intent. The steering wheel is comically small and can do with being round, not flat-bottomed. It feels weird because you look at the dash over the wheel, not through it. There's also a big screen which has got Bluetooth, a good stereo, satellite navigation and rear parking sensors. There's even 2 USB ports. I'm one of those old bores who owned a 205 GTI and will argue its merits until the day I die. This, though, is the follow-up we've all been waiting for. It's your other Grandad, the one who was endlessly patient and ruffled your hair and gave you $1 whenever he came over. So is the GTI back? Hell yes.